Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Right, bring it back. Movie madness. Because not only does Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, this is a awesome interview. This is how I know I have some Disney fans that are viewers, and I appreciate your point of view, and I'd love to hear you on this because we're talking about the rise of Skywalker, about supporting Disney, and about the bottom line and what does it really do. Now, a lot of access media are saying that Martin Scorsese is a little off on his comments. I like superhero films, but this is the Disney effect. It does have ripple effects. When you pay for your ticket for a Disney film, it has ramifications on the whole industry. So we're going to look at this awesome interview. It's from 2015 when he was trying to get Hateful Eight in the theaters with The Force Awakens. And we're going to watch the whole interview because it's such an important interview. Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, some of the most prolific directors that are alive, that are still trying to get their movies in theaters. And if you do not think that The Irishman going to Netflix is a big deal, it is. He's been working in this industry. Christian Harloff famously said, still making punk rock, Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino. They're dying off. We're not going to get a new generation of filmmakers like this if we don't pay attention and if we don't vote with our wallets when we can. It's impossible I think it's impossible to do it every time. But you have to really think about when you buy your tickets what it affects. Because Disney does some shady shit and they're going to prepare for it again with the rise of Skywalker theater contracts. So let's get this clip started. Really amazing clip from the Howard Stern show.
I just learned something the other day. It was real bad news, and it really fucking pissed me off, and I think I want to voice it right now.
Please. The forum is yours.
Basically, and I'm not talking about the whole country, but I'm talking about one theater in particular.
You sound nervous about this.
Well, it's a big fucking deal.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so we were going to play at the Cinerama Dome on the 25th. We were going to open there and play there exclusively for 2 weeks. And Star Wars was going to play the 2 weeks before us. And I grew up in Los Angeles, so I think of the Cinerama Dome as a real big deal and imagine seeing it at the Cinerama Dome.
Means something to you.
Exactly.
Right.
Disney, who owns Star Wars, decided, well, you know what? Maybe we want to play throughout the entire holiday season. And
they
not
do this every time.
So we're going to go to the Cinerama Dome and say that they can't honor their contract with us to show the Hateful Eight. And the ArcLight people that own the Cinerama Dome said, no, you can't do that. We have a deal with the Hateful Eight people. And showing it in 70, that's what we do. We have the 70 million projectors. They didn't have to move them in. That's the thing. We even start off with the Cinerama logo at the beginning. As of yesterday, Disney came to the ArcLight people and said, no.
Wow.
You are going to play Star Wars in the Cinerama Dome for the entire holiday season. And if you honor your deal with the Hateful Eight, we will not allow you to have Star Wars, the biggest movie in the world. We will not allow you to show it at any of your ArcLight movie theaters.
So in your mind, that's petty because they've got a big blockbuster on their hands.
They've got the biggest movie in the world. We're talking about one effing theater. They are going out of their way to fuck me.
Quentin, in all fairness, I must say, there's nobody from Disney here to refute that or to say...
No, but
as
far as I'm concerned, and let all the entertainment reporters call up Disney as of now and ask for their comments about their extortionist practices.
Listen, Bob. I'm talking to Bob Iger. I don't give a shit about this theater. Quentin's a weirdo. Sorry, Quentin. The fucking kid, they got the stupid 70 millimeter. They got all that shit that he cares about. He just wants to show his goddamn movie there. You're sitting on top of the world. You got Star Wars. What do you need this? Do me a favor, Bobby, for me. And you know, we've had many private conversations. I fucking partied with this guy over at Jimmy Kimmel's. Bobby.
It would be gracious.
Be a gracious man. I want Quentin to show this new movie. He's worked his ass off. He wants the equipment. Hateful Eight. Would you do it for me? All right? Christmas. It's Christmas, for Christ's sake.
So, I started out with a hot clip. That's an old clip, but it's more relevant now than ever, especially with Martin Scorsese's recent comments. If it wasn't for Netflix being a thing, The Irishman might not exist. It wouldn't get as much money. Maybe they could have done it on a lower budget and have it released in theaters, but not with this budget, not with the pushing of special effects. The mainstream box office, led by Disney, does not care about pushing special effects forward. George Lucas, besides Star Wars being a phenomenon, the special effects industry, he created companies. Skywalker Sound. He pushed computer-generated effects. Now, some may argue for better or for worse with the prequels. That was groundbreaking stuff. You're not getting it in the theater anymore. These prolific directors are begging for someone to listen to them. Guess what? Disney effect, it's now starting to take over streaming. Streaming is next. They put their price point so low, and what does it do? It's just to smash the competition. They're probably operating at a loss. Some might say that's up to the business to do it. It's designed to destroy the other streaming services, and then once they're gone, or once their subscriber count is gone like that, they're going to pump up the price. Disney Stockholm Syndrome, the Disney effect. This is what's happening. Now, I like superhero movies, but we can't be oblivious to what's happening. It's besides the money it's making at the box office, how else does a film make money? How else does it make funds? Partnership deals, advertising. When Disney owns every big movie weekend of the year, that's the only thing playing in most of the screens in the Cinemaplex. They have unfair theater contracts that if you remove a screen, just like Quentin said, this is facts. This isn't made up stuff. It's gotten worse since that interview with Quentin, because when The Last Jedi came out, they bumped up the percentage and penalties if you remove one single screen of the movie. It has to be playing the whole holiday. It does affect it. And advertisers don't want to pay for, let's say it, what if The Irishman was going up against The Rise of Skywalker? Advertisers are going to go for Disney. They're not going to, you don't get support from your film. All the other behind the scenes stuff that helps the film industry going, Disney hogs it all. And they're going after streaming. This is relevant shit. I know there's some people that like Disney. Okay, but if they're not doing good by the property, don't support it. Because there's a ripple, it's causing so much chaos. The art of movies is dying. There's not going to be... Do you think Rian Johnson... No offense to people that still like Rian Johnson. Do you think he's on the level of Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese? I don't think so. Rian Johnson did what Disney wanted by putting certain characters in there. By killing off our favorite characters. And that is why Disney doesn't want to work with... directors like, not saying Scorsese or Tarantino would want to do a Star Wars film or a Marvel film. I don't think Martin Scorsese would go anywhere near a superhero film. Even though he kind of got the ball rolling with the Joker. That's why they don't go after directors like this. They don't care who's directing. Disney just wants the film to start rolling so they can patch it together at the end. They have CGI companies across the world doing special effects, inconsistent special effects. That's why they look so cheap in Marvel films. There's different studios doing it. They only pay the big bucks for Thanos. Even Endgame and Infinity War had this issue. Thanos looked good. Did the rest of the characters? Not so much. And I'm gonna, you know what? Another topic I'm gonna talk about is Avatar and why it's still relevant. Unfortunately, Disney is pulling the strings on Avatar now too. So what I need you to do is smash the hell out of the like button for topics like this. Share this video because we need to talk about this more, not less. The Rise of Skywalker, you haven't seen what they're going to do to theaters yet. They're going to, if they did that with The Last Jedi and they're struggling with their audience, what kind of restrictions are they going to put on The Rise of Skywalker? Some of my predictions have been that they may try to. I still haven't heard anything about it, but I know Disney's going to be the first one to do it. Is premium seating. You know, you've been in the theaters with the recliner seats, and you get to pick your seats. They've been tracking that info to see which seats are picked the most, so they could charge the most. You might be relaxing, reclining now. It comes at a cost later. And then the theater contracts that were ridiculous for The Last Jedi that not many news sites covered, honestly. No one's talking about the contracts now. I want to know what's going to happen with the Rise of Skywalker theater contracts. After what they did with The Last Jedi. After what they did to Quentin Tarantino's film. That's one instance. It happens all the time. They don't want one single screen of their blockbuster generic movies to be removed from theaters. And it's unfair to the competition. Sorry I'm so hot in this video. I've watched that clip many times, but it's been a while since I watched it again. It gets me fired up every time. Even before The Last Jedi came out, I saw that clip, and I was pissed then too. The main problem is the margin for profits on art and boundary pushing filmmaking are super slim. And the factory of produced movies, I like Marvel films too, a little bit less than I used to, but they follow a formula and they're not pushing boundaries anywhere. Maybe Thanos was, but honestly, I don't think Thanos looked that much better than Avatar. And we know the industry is capable of a lot more. It's just they don't spend the money on it. They spend the money on marketing and influencing and all this other BS that means nothing. So I'm really looking forward to The Irishman. I love behind the scenes stuff like Martin Scorsese. He's doing it for a reason, to promote his film. Because guess what? Netflix saved this project, The Irishman, keeping Martin Scorsese's original vision intact. If he tried to make this through Disney, they would cut the corners on the special effects using young Robert De Niro. They would cut corners there, and they just market the hell out of it, and he'd lose his vision. Martin Scorsese is not going to be working with Disney, and if Netflix is gone, where are these filmmakers going to go? They have to have films in the weekends throughout the year where cinemas get the most foot traffic. They have to be able to compete, and Disney has a foothold, plants its flag in every single big weekend. The advertisers aren't going to help. They're going to go to Disney. Everyone's going to go to Disney. Netflix was an out. and they're attacking them next. That's why Martin Scorsese is so much in the news right now. It's a lot to think about, and I want to get all different sides of this conversation going, and I want to hear your thoughts. I can't wait to read your comments on this one. I might do another video tonight about movie talk and how it's dead, but I'm still here, and so is a lot of other people, but we could talk about it. So if you want to see that, comment below too.